Have you ever found yourself flipping through TV channels, landing on an old episode of Judge Judy, and thinking, what's she doing now? I mean, after years, decades, really, of ruling the courtroom, delivering those sharp one-liners, and handing out justice with no hesitation, she just, kind of disappeared from your screen. Or at least, that's what it feels like, doesn't it? But here's the thing. Judy Sheindlin didn't exactly fade quietly into the background. Not even close. The truth about what she's been up to since stepping away from her original show. Well, it might just surprise you. Let's be honest, she was never just a judge. She was a force of nature. For over 25 years, millions of us watched her put people in their place, keep her courtroom in line, and somehow still make us laugh while teaching lessons about common sense. She was confident, razor-sharp, and never afraid to tell someone exactly what she thought of their excuses. And deep down, we all kind of wished we had a little bit of that fire in us. But when Judge Judy ended back in 2021, it felt like the end of an era. After more than 12,500 cases and countless unforgettable moments, it almost seemed like she'd finally decided to hang up the robe and call it a day. Except, she didn't. Because that's not who she is. Judy didn't even take a moment to catch her breath. She went right back to doing what she loves, and what she does best. Not long after wrapping up Judge Judy, she launched a brand new courtroom series, and she called it Judy Justice. Now, you'd think after spending more than 2 decades dominating daytime TV, she'd maybe want to slow down a little. Maybe take a long vacation, kick her feet up somewhere warm, and relax. But nope. She proved once again that she's not like everyone else. At over 80 years old, she jumped right back in, because for her, this isn't just a job. It's who she is. And this time, she even did it smarter. Instead of staying on traditional TV, she moved her new show to streaming. Which, honestly, brilliant. She recognized where the world was heading, how people now prefer to watch what they want, when they want, and where they want, and she adapted. That alone shows you she's still ahead of the game. Even at a stage in life when most people are slowing down, she's out here setting an example of what it means to keep evolving. And there's another twist. This time, she brought family into the mix. Her granddaughter, Sarah Rose, actually joined her on Judy Justice as her law clerk. How amazing is that? Imagine working side by side with your grandmother, and not just any grandmother, but Judge Judy. That's got to be equal parts intimidating and inspiring, don't you think? But it also says a lot about her. Even with all the fame and success she's earned, family still comes first for her. Seeing the two of them on screen together is like seeing the torch being passed. While still letting Judy shine in her own way. But don't let the family angle fool you. She hasn't gone soft. She's still got the same fire, the same sharp tongue, and the same take-no-nonsense attitude that made her famous in the first place. If anything, she seems even more energized now. It's like starting over gave her a whole new level of motivation. And honestly, it's inspiring to watch. That's not to say she's all work and no play. Because for the first time in decades, she's also making sure to enjoy life outside the courtroom. She now splits her time between her home in New York and her place in Naples, Florida. Just picture that for a second: warm breezes, ocean views, sunny afternoons. It's the kind of lifestyle she's more than earned. And she really takes the time to enjoy it. She's been spotted out on her yacht, hosting intimate dinners with her closest friends and family, and even taking little getaways. After everything she's given to her career, she's finally allowing herself a little peace, a little luxury. And who could blame her? But here's something a lot of people don't realize about her: she's still just as disciplined as ever. She wakes up early every single morning, no matter what. She keeps a routine, works out, gets dressed, and approaches every day with intention. Even on the days she doesn't film, she refuses to lounge around in sweats or let herself fall into bad habits. She believes the way you carry yourself on the outside affects how you feel on the inside. That confidence you see on camera. It's not just for the cameras. That's who she is, all the time. She also lives by a very simple rule: always have something to look forward to. It could be a new case, a new episode, a special family dinner, even just a quiet evening at home with her husband. But she says having something on the horizon gives her purpose. It keeps her moving forward. That mindset, she believes, is one of the secrets to staying young. And looking at her, it's hard to argue with that. Another little-known fact. She's always been frugal. Even now, with her estimated net worth sitting comfortably in the hundreds of millions, Judy still takes pride in making smart financial decisions. For her, money has never been about showing off or proving anything to anyone. It's always been about security, independence, and the ability to live life on her own terms. That mindset goes all the way back to her childhood. She grew up in a modest family in Brooklyn, where she learned early on to appreciate what she had and never take anything for granted. Even as her career skyrocketed and her income grew beyond what she'd ever dreamed of, those lessons stuck with her. She's talked before about how financial freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how you manage what you have. It's about discipline. About making choices that protect your future instead of chasing temporary thrills. And that philosophy has shaped her entire life. Even when she was making over $45 million a year as the highest-paid TV host at the time, she never fell into the trap of buying flashy cars or living extravagantly just for appearances. Sure, she enjoys the finer things now, a beautiful home, a yacht, elegant clothes, but every purchase is thoughtful, deliberate, and always with an eye on value. For Judy, being frugal doesn't mean being cheap. It means being smart. It means understanding the difference between something that brings you lasting joy and something that just empties your wallet. And that's why hearing this from her makes her feel so relatable. Because here's this incredibly successful woman, who could buy almost anything she wanted, and yet she still believes in the value of a good deal. She still asks herself if something is worth it. And she still says no sometimes. Friends and colleagues have even shared little stories about her frugality, like how she doesn't waste money on unnecessary luxuries, or how she prefers classic, timeless fashion over trendy designer splurges. She's said before that true financial confidence comes from knowing you're not overextending yourself to impress anyone. And that's what really resonates with people. It's not just about her being rich, it's about her being wise. And that wisdom is what's allowed her to enjoy her wealth without letting it define her. Because at the end of the day, that's who Judy Sheindlin really is, a woman who's always known her worth, but never felt the need to prove it through her bank account. You might find this funny, even when she's home, she still insists on looking polished. Friends say she never looks sloppy. Even when she's just sitting by the pool or reading at home, she still makes sure she looks put together. She says it's not about impressing anyone. It's about feeling good about yourself. And honestly, that kind of self-respect is something we can all learn from. So, in case you were wondering if she's finally slowed down, not even close. She's still working hard, still making her mark, still living life entirely on her terms. And honestly, isn't that the dream? Waking up every morning and feeling like you're doing exactly what you were meant to do. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe the secret to her success, and her happiness, is that she never stopped being herself. Even after decades of fame, she never let the world change who she is. She just kept showing up, every single day, as Judy. And maybe that's why she resonates with so many of us. Because deep down, we all wish we had the confidence to do the same. So now I'm curious, what about you? Do you miss her original Judge Judy show? Or have you checked out her new series yet? And what's your favorite Judge Judy moment of all time? Is it one of her classic one-liners? Or maybe one of those times she completely shut down someone's ridiculous excuse? Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. So go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to read them. And if you enjoyed this little peek into her life now, you're going to love what we've got coming up next. Because in the next video, we're diving into the story of another TV icon who left the spotlight, and what they've really been doing since then. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Before you head out, don't forget to tap that like button if you enjoyed hanging out with me today. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another update. And of course, keep being awesome. And you know what? I can't think of a better way to wrap this up than by borrowing a little wisdom from the woman herself. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. See you next time.